And the National Committee for the Care of Persons with Disabilities discusses a proposal to prepare a national strategy for the disability sector in the Sultan of Oman for the upcoming 5 years. Well, those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issued 3 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 105/2025 on the ratification of an agreement between the government of the Sultan of Oman and the government of the Republic of Iraq on the avoidance of double taxation and the prevention of fiscal evasion with respect to taxes on income and capital, signed in Salalah on 3rd of September 2025. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement according to the attached annex. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 106/2025 on the ratification of an agreement between the government of the Sultan of Oman and the government of the Republic of Indonesia on mutual visa waiver for holders of diplomatic service and special passports, signed in Muscat on 24th of November 2025. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement according to the attached annex. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 107/2025 on the ratification of an agreement between the government of the Sultan of Oman and the government of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland on work permits for spouses of official employees, signed in London on 7th of October 2025. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement according to the attached annex. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of its issue. The Sultan of Oman has gained widespread international praise for its rapid progress in localizing high-tech industries and developing its production capabilities according to the 2026 United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO report, which ranked the Sultan of Oman among the world's emerging economies in the industrial sector. The report emphasized that the Sultan of Oman has made remarkable strides in building industrial value chains related to advanced technologies. It has successfully established a promising industrial base in photovoltaic industries, benefiting from attracting high-quality investments, implementing incentive-based government procurement policies, and providing an attractive business environment for modern technologies. The Shura Council office reviewed its meeting today, the Council of Ministers' response to the proposal submitted by the Council regarding the introduction of a long-term cultural visa valid for 10 years. The Council of Ministers also responded to the Shura Council's proposal on enhancing the quality of telecommunication services in the Sultan of Oman, noting that the government gives continuous attention to the telecommunication sector through the development of communications infrastructure and the improvement of service performance. The meeting further reviewed the response of the Authority of Public Projects, Tenders and Local Content to a request for clarification on the mechanisms and regulations related to allocating no less than 10% of the total value of government procurement and tenders to small and medium enterprises. The response indicated that the authority has raised the ceiling for contract allocated to SMEs to 25,000 Omani Riyals. The Council also reviewed a number of ministerial responses and follow-up tools. Meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Mauli, Chairman of the Shura Council. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamd al-Busaidi, Foreign Minister, received His Excellency Karamoko Yann-Marie Traore, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Cooperation and Burkinabe abroad of the Republic of Burkina Faso. During the meeting, both sides emphasized on the importance of strengthening cooperation and coordination between the two countries in various diplomatic, political, cultural, economic, investment and trade fields in order to achieve the common interests of the two friendly nations. They also reviewed opportunities to enhance future partnerships that support sustainable development. They as well exchanged views on regional and international developments and discussed ways to promote dialogue and understanding on issues of mutual concern. Opening new horizons for cooperation and partnership in the commercial, industrial and investment sectors between the Sultan of Oman and the Republic of Burkina Faso were discussed by His Excellency Qais bin Hamid Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, and His Excellency Karamokou Yann-Marie Traoré, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Burkina Faso. The meeting reviewed opportunities for cooperation in several sectors of mutual interest, ways to develop trade exchange and encourage reciprocal investments, contributing to achieving common interests and supporting the economic growth of both countries. The two sides also discussed the importance of exchanging expertise and strengthening communication between public and private sector institutions. The National Committee for the Care of Persons with Disabilities discussed today in the meeting a proposal to prepare a national strategy for the disability sector in the Sultan of Oman for the period 2026 to 2030. The committee reviewed the efforts made and measures taken in applying the mechanisms for functionability, based assessment of persons with disabilities. Additionally, it discussed the mechanisms for dispensing prosthetic devices and assistive aids. The committee also discussed the decision to reconfigure the National Committee for Persons with Disabilities and its technical committee based on the law on the rights of persons with disabilities. The meeting was chaired by Her Excellency Dr. Layla bint Ahmed Al-Najjar, Minister of Social Development and Chairperson of the committee. The Environment Authority today hosted the Green Climate Fund GCF sub-regional dialogue with Middle East and North African region. This reflects the growing role of the Sultan of Oman in leading climate action at the regional level. The dialogue reaffirms Oman's commitment to supporting climate action, regional and international cooperation, and strengthening its partnerships with GCF. This contributes to supporting sustainable development efforts and enhancing the ability to confront climate challenges in the region. The regional dialogue will include specialized technical sessions and interactive workshops focusing on capacity building in preparing and developing climate project proposals, improving countries' readiness to benefit from available financing opportunities through the GCF, in addition to discussing the fund's strategic directions for the coming period. And it's noteworthy that the hosting of this dialogue aligns with Oman's commitment under the Paris Agreement of Climate Change and its keenness to support developing countries in accessing climate finance. And this also corresponds with the objectives of Oman Vision 2040 and its plans for transitioning to a low-emission economy capable of adapting to climate change. The session held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Al-Ali Al-Amri, Chairman of the Environmental Authority. The activities of the Sanad Service Centers Lab began today. The lab is organized by the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion in cooperation with Oman Vision 2040 implementation follow-up units, and will continue until 25th of December. This step aims to prepare a comprehensive developmental roadmap for the Sanad centers by designing practical initiatives that contribute to improve service quality, enhancing the beneficiary experience, and promoting the sustainability of the centers as a pivotal partner in providing government and community services. The ministry affirmed that the lab represents a pivotal station in the journey of the silent centers more than 20 years after the establishment. It embodies the ministry's commitment to adopting innovative and sustainable business models that enhance employment opportunities, upgrade service levels, and support national digital transformation, thereby positively impacting the community and the national economy. The Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, TRA, organized a dialogue session with stakeholders to discuss the phenomenon of electronic fraud with the aim of enhanced direct communication with the community, build a safer and more trustworthy communications environment, and improve service quality by involving the community in shaping regulatory and supervisory solutions. This session addressed the issue of unlicensed networks, including the legal definitions of these practices, the adequacy of the current penalties and fines, and the resulting security risks. It also reviewed cybercrimes, modern fraud methods, and anticipated future trends in light of the evolving tools of digital crime. To become a news bulletin, the Mandal of the Bian Cultural Heritage Festival is held in the Wilaya of Makshim in the Dhofar Governorate under the theme Winter Gateway. Sultan Qaboos University concluded the 8th IATIS conference, which brought together international experts to discuss the future of translation and intercultural studies, concluding with key recommendations on ethics, language preservation, and emerging technologies. And we have a report on that.
The 8th IATIS conference concluded at Sultan Qaboos University, bringing together international academics and specialists to explore sustainable translation in the context of rapid technological advancements and global challenges.
IATIS 8 is an international conference and it was held at Sultan Qaboos University for the first time in the Middle East. It addressed critical issues on the role of translation and the relationship between translation and the environment. All the participants left with a very highly satisfied opinion about the conference. It was a great success.
The 4-day conference was distinguished by its high level of organization and seamless execution, supported by committed student volunteers and Omani graduates who led the translation and interpreting across the sessions, demonstrating effective capacity building and the advancement of national expertise.
It was a great experience for us as fresh graduates and novice interpreters in the Omani job market, as we have interpreted some sessions of this conference, and it was also a significant opportunity for the Sultanate of Oman and Sultan Qaboos University to host such conference, a conference at this level.
The conference have brought such great exposure to the translation, interpreting, and intercultural studies sectors, not just in Oman, but internationally as well. It was a great opportunity for researchers, academics, translators, interpreters, and the industry to come together. It's a very unique opportunity in that way. It was also a great opportunity for me because I'm a demonstrator at Sultan Qaboos University, and it was an opportunity for me to present my own research in the conference and gain positive insights and helpful insights. So overall, it was a very enriching experience.
In her closing address, conference chair Professor Dr. Kyung-Hai Kim described the conference as a milestone, noting that it was hosted for the first time in the Gulf region and announced that the next IATIS conference will be held in New Zealand in 2027. Meanwhile, the newly elected IATIS president, Professor Dr. Julie, commended Oman's academic environment and underscored the ethical responsibility of translation in an increasingly divided world.
And having this conference here in Oman, our 8th conference after going around the world, across region, is a truly authentic experience, a cultural one. The hospitality of the Omani people and Omani colleagues has been just incredible. And we all go home with a new inspiration to better resist to the automation of translation and interpreting and intercultural studies and develop alternatives that are more human-oriented and are more humane.
An accompanying exhibition highlighted the role of translation in supporting knowledge exchange and fostering cultural dialogue.
It was a great opportunity to participate in this conference to showcase the work of National Records and Archive Authority, especially in translation, in translating records and documents, and displaying the role of translation in the sustainability of culture, heritage, and identity.
We are very honored to participate here representing sail training vessel Shabab Oman 2. Shabab Oman 2 is a floating and a sailing ambassador for the Sultanate of Oman, sailing through the oceans and seas, spreading the message of friendship and peace. It's also worth mentioning that Shabab Oman 2 has been registered in the UNESCO for the peace and sustainable cultural dialogue in December last year.
The conference concluded with a set of key recommendations emphasizing ethical practice, language preservation, sustainable education, and responsible engagement with emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence. IATIS 8 in Muscat reaffirmed that translation is not only a tool of language, but a bridge for equity, sustainability, and dialogue, placing local voices, cultural understanding, and shared responsibility at the heart of global communication. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Sultan Qaboos University, Muscat.
Oman Vision 2040 implementation on follow-up unit won the Kuwait Award for Creativity 2025 for its All of Oman initiative within the government communication category. This achievement is considered an addition to Oman's experiences in the field of institutional communication and community engagement. The Sultan of Oman Radio also won the Kuwait Award for Creativity 2025 for its program Noon Studio. And the Youth Center in the Sultan of Oman won the Kuwait Award for Media Creativity in its 13th edition. The Kuwait Award for Creativity is one of the most prominent Arab awards that recognizes outstanding Arab media initiatives and creative works. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, in the Sultanate of Oman organized a dialogue session for children as part of the activities commemorative World Children's Day in the North Sharqiya Governorate. The session targeted students from several public and private schools with the aim to raise awareness on issues affecting children and youth. The session discussed various topics, including rights related to education, health and the environment, and climate change. Participants were also introduced to the child law and the Convention on the Rights of the Child. Acting in cooperation with the Director General of Inquiries and Criminal Investigations, the Police Command in Muscat Governorate arrested 2 tourists of European nationalities after a report of theft of jewelry worth about 1 million Omani riyals. The suspects accused of carrying out an organized robbery from a jewelry store in the Muscat Governorate reportedly arrived in the Sultan of Oman with a tourist visa and stayed in a hotel near the jewelry stores in Al Ghubra area to explore the area and plan the robbery. The crime report states that at 4 a.m. on robbery day, the suspect broke into the back of the wall of the store using a mechanical demolition tool, seized the jewelry, opened the safe and stole the cash safe therein. The inquiry led to the arrest of the accused, the location of the crime tools, and the recovery of the jewelry that was found hidden on the beach of Sifa area after being transported there by a boat. A solo musical performance competition was concluded at the Nizwa Cultural Center. The competition, titled Melody and Creativity, saw 11 contestants perform on the various musical instruments. The musical competition was organized by the Directorate of Culture, Sports and Youth in Al-Dakhiliya Governorate, and with the aim to discover musical talent and promote art and creativity. The Mandar Al-Labyan Cultural and Heritage Festival is held in the Wilaya of Makhshin in the Governorate of Wadhwar under the theme Winter Gateway. It aimed to revitalize winter tourism, enhance the economic benefits for the local community, and showcase traditional arts and crafts in the desert environment. The festival also featured camel milking and beauty contests, traditional games and cultural performances, along with introductory session on the region's history and its historical role in caravan trade. Several wilayas in the Musandam Governorate witnessed light to moderate rainfall this morning, resulting in a flow of number of wadis and streams. In the wilaya of Khasab, Al-Hajar, Mkhay and Qada, wadis experienced water flow, while the wilaya of Bukha saw the flow of Wadi Ghamda, Wadi Al-Jaddi and Wadi Al-Jarri. These are the scenes of the rainfall that fell on the wilaya of Khasab. You're watching the Sultan of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan issues 3 royal decrees. The United Nations ranks the Sultan of Oman among the world's emerging industrial economies. The Sultan of Oman and the Republic of Burkina Faso review regional and international issues and discuss strengthening future partnerships for sustainable development and increasing trade exchange. And the National Committee for the Care of Persons with Disabilities discusses a proposal to prepare a national strategy for the disability sector in the Sultan of Oman for the upcoming 5 years. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all the crew here and myself, Suyala Kindi, thanks for your time. Good night.